Hello, welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. This morning I would like to read another piece by Jason Gray. Big surprise, I know. And this one is titled The Hierarchy of Vibration and the Unyielding Law of Ascension. There are infinite paths a soul may walk, yet all are bound by an immutable law, the structure of vibration. This is not theory, nor is it open to interpretation. It is absolute. Every thought, every action, every intention alters the frequency of the soul, determining its trajectory through the cosmic order. There are those who ascend, breaking free from the cycle of incarnation, moving into higher states of existence beyond human comprehension. There are those who descend, sinking into realms of suffering and darkness, where the weight of their choices binds them to lower densities. Then there are those who never move at all, trapped in the great cycle, blind to their prison, returning lifetime after lifetime, unable to escape the gravity of their own ignorance. Most will never comprehend the depth of this truth, for consciousness itself is the key, and without it, one remains a prisoner of the cycle, unaware that escape is even possible. The universe is not chaotic. It is structured. It is ordered. It is entirely impersonal. Those who believe they will be judged in the way they understand judgment are mistaken. There is no celestial courtroom, no bearded deity weighing good against evil. There is only vibration. You do not receive punishment or reward. You become your choices. The universe simply aligns you with the frequency you have forged through your existence. The great hierarchy of being. Vibration is not singular. It is layered, structured, and tiered in a way that dictates one's proximity to truth, power, and liberation. To know where you are, you must first understand the spectrum of existence. The lower planes, the dissonant frequencies of decay. The lowest frequencies are not simply realms of suffering, they are realms of self-destruction. These planes vibrate at levels where light is nearly absent, where awareness is dim, and where the souls who have fallen here do not even realize they are lost. These are the realms of those who have forsaken their own divine potential, not because they were punished, but because they have chosen, through apathy, greed, destruction, and ignorance, to sever themselves from the higher currents of reality, the abyss of regression. The souls here are fractured beyond recognition, barely clinging to sentience, having spent lifetime after lifetime eroding their own existence. These beings who have lost themselves entirely to corruption, deception, and destruction, they do not ascend, nor do they reincarnate into the human cycle. They dissolve, broken apart by the weight of their own frequency, scattered into the void until even the memory of their existence is erased. The realms of servitude. These are the layers where entities become enslaved, not by an external force, but by their own choices. Beings here exist in an endless loop of subjugation, forced to live out the consequences of the energies they cultivated. Those who live by control are forever controlled. Those who lived as predators become the hunted. These realms are entirely self-created. No force sends them here. The universe simply places them in the vibration they belong to. The middle planes, the great cycle of reincarnation, This is the realm most are familiar with, the physical plane, the human experience, the world of trials. It is here that choice is paramount, where free will dictates whether one ascends, descends, or remains trapped. The unawakened masses. Most souls here do not move in any direction. They repeat lifetimes, trapped in the illusion of material existence, bound to the cycle of birth, suffering, death, and rebirth. They do not question their prison. They do not seek to understand the greater game at play. They work, they consume, they die. They return time and time again, oblivious to the fact that escape is possible. The ascending few. Among the masses, there are those who begin to see beyond the veil. They recognize patterns. They understand that every choice, every thought, and every action is a thread in the tapestry of their soul's vibration. These individuals seek wisdom. They seek truth. Through disciplined will, they begin to shift their frequency, pulling themselves toward the higher planes. The descending few. Not all who awaken ascend. Some recognize the nature of reality and choose to manipulate it for personal power, stepping into the realms of control, deception, and predation. These individuals believe that they are rising, yet in truth, they're sinking, for their frequency is becoming denser, heavier, pulling them toward the lower planes. They will not realize their mistake until it is far too late. The higher planes, the resonant frequencies of liberation. The path of ascension is one of mastery, of self, of mind, of vibration. Those who reach these levels have moved beyond material desire, beyond personal identity, beyond limitation. They've become architects of reality, no longer bound to the constraints of the cycle. The planes of greater understanding. Those who reach these frequencies exist in states of pure wisdom. They do not reincarnate unless they choose to. They are no longer tethered to the illusions of the material world. They understand the fabric of existence and can weave reality at will. The planes of pure creation. These are the levels where consciousness merges with the creative forces of the universe. Beings here do not simply experience reality, they generate it. Their will becomes the law. They move beyond existence as individuals and become forces of nature, shaping entire worlds, guiding entire civilizations. The final dissolution. Beyond creation itself lies the final threshold, the point at which the soul merges with the entire universe. With the source, ceasing to exist as a separate entity. Here the self dissolves into the infinite, no longer bound by any form, any vibration, any identity. This is not destruction. It is the ultimate liberation. The conscious observers, the silent architects of destiny. Few realize they are never truly alone. Throughout existence, there are those who watch, not as gods, not as judges, but as architects of balance. They do not interfere in the way most would expect. They do not rescue. They do not punish. They allow free will to unfold, ensuring that all choices lead precisely where they must. Some call them ascended masters. Some call them the hidden ones. Some call them the keepers of the balance. They have many names, yet their purpose is singular: to ensure that the great structure of vibration remains intact. They observe, they guide, they do not force. The decision to ascend, descend, or remain trapped is always left to the individual. The absolute law of vibration, the final truth. There is no escaping consequence. There is no pleading for forgiveness. There is no loophole in the law of vibration. Every thought, every action, every moment spent in awareness or ignorance shapes your trajectory. You will not be judged in the way you expect. You will be judged by the universe itself, not with words, not with emotion, but with alignment. You will go precisely where your vibration belongs. No one will save you. No one will punish you. You are not a victim. You are a creator. The direction you travel is entirely in your hands. That one is just so powerful. Oh my gosh. And something that I've really been living lately. And I'm not going to talk about it today, but at some point soon, I would like to talk about some choices I've been making in life and how I've been deciding to move in a different direction, take a different trajectory. And it's not easy, but I know it's necessary. And I'm excited. So let's take today and make good choices for ourselves and for the world. And when we feel ourselves vibrating at crazy frequencies, it's easy to step back and just breathe. And I think that's a good starting point. So I hope you have a good day.